The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
The Badger Hockey Digest, presented by Charter Communications.
Welcome to the Badger Hockey Digest, brought to you by Charter. I'm Brian Posick, the radio voice of Wisconsin hockey, with head coach Mike Eaves. Wisconsin coming off a three-point weekend last weekend at fifth-ranked Denver. The Badgers and the Pioneers battled to a 1-1 overtime tie on Friday, and then Wisconsin won Saturday's finale 3-1 behind Landon Peterson, who was named the WCHA's Co-Defensive Player of the Week. Landon had 35 saves on Saturday. Joel Rumpel had 30 on Friday. Your goaltending was good. Your defense was good against the second highest scoring team in the country.
We did a lot of good things, and to go into Denver and get 3 out of 4 points is probably the exact medicine this group of young men needed to start feeling good about themselves and believing that the ship was turning about as we as coaches had been hoping for and talking about. When you go through some tough times, you got to keep coaching and teaching, but the best medicine for a group of young guys that are struggling is to have success in games, especially on the road.
Yeah, that was a real battle on Friday, too. It's nothing. About 7 minutes into the third, Michael Mersch redirects a puck for his 9th goal of the season, and you're thinking, okay, this is going to end. And then Joey Lelegia, a fine player for Denver, scores late in the third period. It's a 1-1 draw.
On the bench, I wasn't talking to Shuey, but I was looking at him, and Shuey is in charge of the guys that we put on at the end of the game. We have a battle plan when the other team pulls their goalie, and there was a calmness that I felt inside, and I thought, we're going to be fine here. And then from it wasn't even a scoring chance, but a puck finds its way in the net, and up to that time, Rumps had played very, very well, and so I know he was disappointed. And it was really good then to see the guys bounce back because you wondered how they would. And they took the reins the next night and did a lot of good things and forged a victory on Saturday night.
And the Badgers scored 2 goals in the first period on Saturday. One was from Derek Lee. Good forechecking pressure led to him zipping a one-timer home. And the second originally was credited to Nick Kurdilis, the freshman, but it went to Jefferson Dahl, who redirected that hard shot from Kurdilis from the left wing.
And the thing about it was all their first goals. It was the first goal, and even John Ramage's was the first goal. So that was really good. I think it was really important for us to get off to a good start because the longer that game goes on, then it seems like we're battling the elements again. But we got 2 goals. We felt good. There was some reward for our efforts. And that kind of carried us through the end of the game. And we blocked a season-high 35 shots, which was an exclamation point of how the guys were sacrificing to get the job done. So again, it was the best medicine for our young men.
And the penalty kill, 7 of 8, and killed off the final 2 minutes in regulation on Saturday. With the extra attacker on for Denver, the Badgers got it done even though they were outmanned on the ice. Nick Kurdilis was credited with 2 assists on Saturday after making his Badger debut on Friday. You could tell, or at least I could, and I know you could too, because you've been around this sport for a long time. He brings energy, he brings skill, he brings some grit too, because he was more than willing to put his body on somebody else's.
No, it was like a shot of B12. We really got a boost from Nick's presence in the lineup. In all the areas you just mentioned, in skating, physicality, ability to make plays. He made some plays that we hadn't seen from him because he hadn't been with us. But all those things came to the forefront on this weekend. And it was a big reason why we got 3 out of 4 points. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, so the Badgers now back home for 4 games before the semester break. Michigan Tech this weekend, Alabama Huntsville next weekend. We'll talk about the upcoming homestand and have more on the Badger Hockey Digest in just a moment.
Football, Wi-Fi, wings. Now that's a business plan.
Glad you like it.
Question is, how are you liking Charter Business?
Well, our internet's a lot more powerful than with phone company DSL. It can actually run all this now. Plus, we've got reliable phone and we're saving like crazy.
Another everyday victory. Let me see your in-zone dance.
No, I don't dance.
All right, let's just do a flying chest bump and call it a day.
To save over 25% versus the phone company and get up to a $500 gift card, call now.
Welcome back to the Badger Hockey Digest. Wisconsin home this weekend against Michigan Tech and then Alabama Huntsville in town the following Thursday and Friday. More on that coming up in just a bit. Mark Zangerly made the trip to Denver, your junior centerman, nation's top returning scorer. Some of us thought maybe he'd see the ice. He did not, which is fine. He was recovering from surgery on a broken left index finger, but better chance that he might play this weekend?
There is. We put him in practice right away this week to give him a chance to see what he could do to skate with lines and to get a little bumping in and to see how his shot was. And every day has been very positive so far. We've had our 2 days here this week, and so it's funny talking to him after. He said, I'm not even thinking about it, which is what you want to hear. So I think that things are looking favorable for him being this weekend. We got to get through tomorrow. I know that Andy wants him to get through tomorrow. He sees the doctor on Friday morning to make sure that everything from a bone and healing standpoint, and I imagine if he can do things, then it must be healing properly. So, but we're hopeful for this weekend for Mark.
All right. Back in 2004, Mike Eaves coached the United States World Junior team to a World Championship, the first American coach to ever do so. The World Junior Championships are coming up later this year in Russia, and Wisconsin's Jake McCabe has a chance to make Team USA. He actually won a gold medal with the under-18 World Championship team last year it was, and Nick Cordelis was on that team, if I'm not mistaken. Quite an honor for Jake. He's on the preliminary roster, but USA Hockey knows him well, and he's won gold before.
He has, and he went to the summer camp they had in August up in Lake Placid, and he and Nick were both there. Nick Cordelis are both there, and both performed very well. And right now, Jake is on a preliminary list, and it's a great honor to wear your country's jersey, and going over to Russia will be a real adventure for those young men. And it's a great tournament because these young men that are in this tournament, they are the future stars of the National Hockey League. And when we played there were many guys on Canada and the Russian team and our team that are in the National Hockey League now. And so you get a little prelim of what's to come in the future, and it's high tempo, high skilled, and they make mistakes too, which kind of adds to the excitement.
Sure.
So it's a real honor, and you know what? I'll be following it for sure.
And so will I. You can follow online. I think the NBC Sports Network or the NHL Network will have the games. And Mike, we've seen hockey in this country grow, and you see so many more Americans playing in the National Hockey League now, and a lot of it has to go to the credit of college coaches, college programs, but also USA Hockey.
There's no question. They've grown the sport. It's been a real planned process. Part of that process is the National Development Program in Ann Arbor, which we were part of before we came here. And that kind of stimulated growth on an international level, being able to compete and be successful, the World Juniors, the Under-18 World Championship, these type of things. So it's been fun to watch the amount of kids coming into our sport in non-traditional areas. California, we've had a handful of kids here, and Nick Cordelis is now the latest one. So USA Hockey has a plan, they're implementing it, and the sport is growing.
All right. Wisconsin and Michigan Tech this weekend at the Kohl Center. I mentioned 2 games and a 4-game homestand, an important stretch, you believe, here at home, right?
Yeah. I think Andy Baggett asked an interesting question. Well, wouldn't it be good to show your home fans the way you can play? And most assuredly. And I think that it's in the forefront of our minds. We have a chance to climb out of this hole that we've been in, and I think we need to do it at home. And the kids are excited. I mean, we got 4 more games before we get a little bit of break. I mean, this first half has gone very quickly, so we're looking forward very much to these 4 home games.
Isn't it amazing what one win can do as far as the energy and attitude of a young team?
It really is, and it's what we needed. I mean, we could have had the greatest speeches in the world, the best practices, but until you go out and you formulate it in a game and you get that kind of feedback, do your kids truly buy in?
Yeah, again, the Badgers and Michigan Tech Friday and Saturday night. Both games start at 7:05. Both games will be televised on Fox Sports Wisconsin. You can always listen to the Badgers Sports Network or go to badgersportsnetwork.com and listen along. And Saturday, the Wisconsin Student Athlete Advisory Committee is asking fans to bring unwrapped toys and monetary donations to the game to benefit Toys for Tots. So that's Saturday, Wisconsin and Michigan Tech. For Mike Eaves, I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest, brought to you by Charter.